Hello, it's your friendly neighborhood course librarian, Jessie, again, here to talk to you about a few of the major awards that are given for excellence in young adult literature. First, you might wonder, why does this even matter? There are a lot of reasons why keeping up with award winners and honor books can be positive. First, these are high quality books that are selected by different organizations for different reasons. You may gain new perspectives into other communities, especially those which are marginalized, which will help you as a teacher and a reader. Keeping an eye on these awards will also help you stay up to date on the current titles out there. Also, it's just a great way to add new titles to your ever-growing to-read list. I do want to point out that there are only a few that are dedicated solely to the young adult literature population. Some that I will highlight are for both children's and YA, so they may have some blur between middle grades. Some may even include picture books depending on the focus of the award. First, I want to show you a place where you can find a comprehensive list of most of the awards for children's and YA literature. If you go to the library website, you can find the link for the EMC website here. Once on the EMC website, locate the Children's and YA Literature menu and click on Awards. For each award, there's a short description and a link to the page with the winners and honor books. On to the awards themselves. I'm not going to show you every single award. I'm just going to pick a few of the big ones and then a few lesser known ones. For each award, I'll also mention some of the past winners, but you should also check out the honor books as they are usually stellar as well. The honor books are sort of like honorable mention. I should also mention that these are all awarded annually to books published in the previous year, and most are awarded to books published in America, with a few exceptions. Okay, the first award is probably the one that you know the most. This is the Michael L. Prince Award. It is awarded by YALSA to the best books of the previous year for teens, including novels of poetry or prose and graphic novels. Usually the books are fiction, but it's not limited to them. Here are a few titles from the last 20 years, and they're all fantastic books. I especially love the March trilogy of graphic novels that were co-authored by John Lewis about his experiences with the civil rights movement. Next is the William C. Morris Award, which honors a book published by a first-time author writing for teens. It's only been awarded since 2009, but the list of winners and honor books is really full of great books, some of which are actually pretty lesser known. One of the previous winners was The Hate U Give, which is a fantastic book that I know you've definitely heard of. But check out all these others as well. The Odyssey Award is sort of a wild card since it's an award given to the best produced audiobook for children and or young adults. Obviously, the books themselves are also good, but since it focuses on the actual performances and production of the audiobook, you'll see some different winners. Sometimes even picture books win, so make sure you double check the books to make sure that they're for young adults. Here are a few of the past YA winners, and as you can see, the Hate U Give audiobook won this one as well. By the way, if you love true crime like I do, you'll love Sadie if you haven't read it yet. It actually even has an accompanying podcast. The Coretta Scott King Awards are given annually to outstanding African American authors and illustrators of books for children and young adults that demonstrate an appreciation of African American culture. They are awarded by the Ethnic and Multicultural Information Exchange Roundtable of ALA, which is the American Library Association. They also include an award category for new talent in addition to Best Written and Illustrated of the Year. The winners and honor books of this group of awards range from all formats and genres in children's literature. Here are a few of the past winners and honor books, including one nonfiction title. The Asian Pacific American Award for Literature is awarded by the APALA, which is the Asian Pacific American Libraries Association. It honors and recognizes individual works about Asian Pacific Americans and their heritage based on literary merit. They have categories for adults, young adults, and children. And here are some titles from this award. And I believe I've mentioned the George Takei graphic novel, They Called Us Enemy, before. And you might recognize P.S. I Still Love You, which is, I believe one of the books that was turned into a Netflix movie. The Pura Belpré Award is given to Latinx authors and illustrators whose work best portrays, affirms, and celebrates the Latino cultural experience in an outstanding work of literature for children and youth, to quote their website. Like the Coretta Scott King Award, they are given across K-12 literature and awarded jointly by ALSC and Reforma, the National Association to Promote Library and Information Services to Latinos and the Spanish-speaking. And here are some past YA winners from this category. You'll see The Poet X has been on here a couple times. That is a fantastic book if you have not read it yet. It's a verse novel, beautifully written. The next award is the American Indian Youth Literature Award given by the American Indian Library Association. This award is actually only given every 2 years, unlike the others, and it honors the best writing and illustrations by Native Americans and indigenous peoples of North America. Like many of the others, they award across grades K through 12, but their website is one of the best at giving the age ranges for the winners and honor books. And here are a few of those. Another one that I've already pointed out in a previous session is the Indigenous Peoples History of the United States, which is a really great nonfiction book, specifically written for young adults, or adapted for young adults. Finally, the last award I'm going to showcase is the Stonewall Book Awards, specifically the Mike Morgan and Larry Romans Children's and Young Adult Awards. The Stonewall Book Awards are presented to English language books that have exceptional merit relating to the gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender experience. Though the Stonewall awards to all age books, this particular category only goes to children's and YA literature. It's awarded by the Rainbow Roundtable of ALA. Here are a few of the past winners and honor books. You might recognize The Black Flamingo, which I actually recommended during the current titles video. I believe I mentioned The 57 Bus during the nonfiction session that I did, but if you haven't heard of it, it's an amazing nonfiction book to read. To keep this video from being even longer, I didn't talk about a few others that are also great to look at, although I did cover a few in my nonfiction session last week. The Excellence in Young Adult Nonfiction obviously goes to great YAL nonfiction each year. The National Book Award has a specific category for young adult literature. The Mildred L. Batchelder is a really interesting one that awards books for their excellent translations into English. So this is one of the ones that is published in a different country. You'll find a lot of unique books that have won this category that you may not see otherwise. I highly recommend you check it out. The Alex Awards are also really interesting in that they aren't actually awarded to young adult literature. They're given to adult books that appeal to young adults. Again, a really different group of books that you wouldn't see on any of the lists, but definitely worth checking out. Finally, where can you find the winners? Well, you can go on the EMC website as I showed you earlier. They link to the pages for each of these awards. You can also use the YALSA Bookfinder that I showed you in the current titles video. There's a link on the library page on your Canvas course for the class. Just keep in mind that it only covers the awards that are given through one of the ALA groups or roundtables. You can also create an account on Follett Tidal Wave, which I've shown you before. They have lists for most of these awards that you can use. Lastly, you can just Google the title of the award with the word winners, and usually you will find the organization that gives the award is the first or second result. There are so many fantastic books out there with great literary merit for your reading or teaching purposes, and this is just one way to find some of the best ones. Please don't hesitate to email me with any questions. Happy reading!